Please, the show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Salaam Alaikum. Mr. Moderator, our distinguished guests, brothers and sisters, our friends and our enemies.
Ladies and gentlemen.
What is happening here? What is going on here? Why is this happening? That is not supposed to. Whoa, one second. Oh, now I know why. Okay. Oh my gosh. Salaam Alaikum rahmatullah. I was like, what's happening? I have my YouTube on at the same time. It was like playing back for me the entire thing. I'm like, what is happening here? Family, friends, foes, haters, and haters, welcome back to the Feachaz. Greet you all in peace and love, no hatred in my heart. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So before we begin, please like, please subscribe, and please share. As you know, we got a lot of haters up in here. Okay, y'all. I apologize for that little snafu. Okay, but we are back like crack. Family, I was supposed to do a live on Thursday, it was. And the reason why I opted out on doing the live is because the content really had a lot to do with your YouTube and Da'i elites. And even though they deserve to get blasted, they have earned the right of an absolute thrashing from the features. We opted not to do it simply because of all the stuff that is going on in Palestine right now. And the timing would just be off. There's already more than enough fitna online on social media, particularly from these very same individuals who are giving the enemy a hell of a lot more material, much more material than they need, right, to put on their channels. You have Christian apologists going off. You have, alt writers going off. Folks calling the Palestinian protesters Black Lives Matter, all kind of stuff. And here come your Tubi and elites saying, no, they're left wingers. And it's just a total disaster out there in virtual land. So even though these guys have earned it, and they believe me, they earned a total thrashing from the features. They definitely did, 100%. We're taking a hands-off policy right now for the moment on just blasting these Rowabada, because even though they definitely earned the right to be thrashed and blasted. Okay, but we're gonna stay away from that for a minute. And some of y'all might have seen this video that went viral about these Black Hebrew Israelites in Chicago. Okay, some of y'all might have seen this video. It went all over the place. I received it myself maybe at least 3-4 times, probably 5 times, right? The same video. And at the time when it came out, it's the same type of thing, right? I want more information before I start talking about it, because even though these guys, their whole cult is about being a public nuisance, and they don't deserve the benefit of the doubt in anything, we still have to, particularly when it comes to protest, we have to basically what you call it? We have to weigh the benefit from the harm when it comes to these cults and stuff. Okay, we have to weigh the benefit from the harm because we don't know who started it, and all this kind of stuff, right? We don't who did what did who. But some of y'all might have seen this video. Okay, so anyways, I started looking around, to find information about that particular situation, and I came across Lisa Cabrera's channel. Lisa Cabrera, she's just like this you can say just like into black issues on YouTube, right? And this is what she had to say. Okay, so I'm gonna show y'all what she had to say. Okay, let me just cue it up here for y'all. One second. Yeah, this is it. One second, y'all. So Lisa Cabrera, she got a fairly large channel, almost 150,000 subscribers, right? So this is like she does YouTube pretty seriously. Okay, so this is what she had to say about the whole situation. Let's check this out, y'all. So that's what she said, y'all. Okay. When I came across this, I decided I won't touch this, right? Because first of all, it's Hebrew Israelites. Y'all know how I feel about the Hebrew Israelites. They're like, I never start talking about them, but y'all been sharing me so much stuff about them, and to me they're just total idiots. Okay, you're talking about the most empty-headed cult I've ever seen ever. Like, no, they can't be. No, no, that would be the Indian cult. Okay, the Indian cult. They're the most empty-headed cult, but the Hebrew Israelites are right up there. They come a long and far away, far away from Yahweh than Yahweh days. Okay, I mean, you are talking about some very dusty individuals who are making up a religion. If it's like if the Bloods and the Crips made up their own religion, that would be the Hebrew Israelites. Okay, straight up. Okay, if you know, you know. But she's saying she clearly said, okay. Oh, before I continue, because YouTube and me, we have this tumultuous relationship. So I want to say fair use, okay, YouTube, fair use. Okay, let me just get the fair use. The fair use, whatever, we're using this for fair use, YouTube. We're not copyright infringing anybody. Okay, we're not doing no hate speech on anybody. This is fair use. Okay, don't come with the copyright strikes, YouTube. Fair use, YouTube. Let me just get that out the way. Oh, y'all didn't see? You see, you guys got to help me out here, man. Okay, I'm gonna do this one more again. Okay, let me just do this one. Press number one if y'all can hear me, man. Let me just do this one more again. Okay. Now, before we do that, let me just get to YouTube fair use because YouTube be tripping sometimes. YouTube, we love you sometimes. Okay, but we don't want no what you call it. Okay. Fair use is a legal document that says use of copyright protected material under certain circumstances allowed without permission from the copyright holder. Okay. Hold on. Let me get fair use, YouTube fair use. There we go. One second. Let me read that for you. Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowance is made for fair use for the purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statutes that may otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Okay, now we got that out the way. Let's get right down. Let's get right back down to it. Okay. Okay. Believe me, you're going to watch. You want to watch this live. Just trust me on this one. We're going to get real deep today.
29th. And, you know, these are people that are pro-Palestinian. They marched in Chicago. This happened Saturday afternoon. And the Hebrew Israelite brothers were out there. And they did not start this physical clash. This started from those that were pro-Palestinians out there. And what they started doing, you know, because I don't like the way they write these stories, because, you know, there is a lot of bias against the Hebrew Israelites. And of course, the people that write the story are extremely biased. So they'll write it in a way where, oh, it was equal. They were throwing it. No, one side had to start it. And it was the pro-Palestinian side that started hurling sticks and bottles and everything at the Hebrew brothers. And of course, those brothers threw things right back at them. But they absolutely didn't get the whole thing jumped off. Now, you're going to also hear the sounds of firecrackers. Those Palestinians are also throwing firecrackers at these brothers too, and you'll see that in the video. All right, so let me go ahead and play.
So y'all heard that Lisa Cabrera said that the poor innocent Hebrew Israelite brothers, the brothers, okay, they were just out there preaching, and then out of nowhere, these hostile Palestinian protesters came, and just out of nowhere, you know, out of all the people that were on the street, they decided to pick on these black folk. Out of anybody they could have picked on, they decided to pick on the unprovoking Hebrew Israelites. Now, let me just put out my other disclaimer. Y'all already know what I feel about protests. Okay, I believe that protests are kind of a useless reactionary thing that people do. The only time protests actually work is if it's on a global level, like the Black Lives Matter protest or the Civil Rights protest or something like this, right? That's the only time it really works, right? However, in this type of situation, my personal opinion is that protests are not going to do anything, but you will not find me ripping protesters. I don't do that. If somebody wants to go and protest, that's their business. I'm going to let them know what I think about protests. When they ask me to go protest, I say, no, thank you. Right? I don't believe in protesting. I don't think it's just a reactionary thing that people do to get riled up and emotional and whatnot and start yelling and hollering and whatever. Right? But it really doesn't do much. It doesn't do much. That's my personal opinion about protests. That's my personal opinion about protests. Right? But you're not going to find me ripping protesters. I'm not going to waste my time ripping protests to people because they have legitimate gripes. Majority of the time, protesters have legitimate gripes. They have legitimate concerns. So I'm not going to rip the protester. I'm just going to rip the method of that actual method. Now, having said that, Lisa Cabrera, she said that the protesters were out here. They were the instigators in the violence, correct? That's what she said. Okay. Now let's keep watching. Let's see the clip that she put out.
This so you can see exactly what happened. I'm going to go full screen on this one.
So you can see. Anyway, I want you to draw your attention to some of the people here, right? You see this individual in the red, whatever. This guy here, and the you can basically recognize some of these people, right? if you just take a look, just at a quick glance, right, you're going to recognize the clothes that they wear. Right? Why do you want us to recognize the clothes they wear? So first of all, Lisa Cabrera, she should know better, and she does anyways. Believe me, she does, right? But she's taken the side of the Hebrew Israelites, not because they are victims, but because they're black, and the Palestinians are not. So she's essentially staying on code with black folk. You understand? However, staying on code with black Hebrew Israelites is not staying on code with black folk. Right? So when I saw this video, I decided, you know what, I'm not going to touch this because I don't have enough information on what happened. Right? And my initial reaction is like everybody else. We think the Hebrew Israelites, they instigated. That is why? Because we know that they are consummate instigators. These folks go out and they rabble rouse and call it preaching. So Sister Tika, she says, I see things being thrown on both sides. Okay? But what's Lisa Cabrera said is that, you know, the Palestinians, they were the ones who started it, right? Mind you, this is a protest, and not all the people are going to be Palestinian or whatever, but that's neither here nor there. These are all semantical points. You get me? So why are we talking about this today, right? Why are we talking about this today? Because these black Hebrew Israelites, the genius class that they are, okay, these very sharp individuals, just so intelligent, incredibly intelligent. They themselves decided to put out and stream what happened. And they put it out from the beginning, okay? Not from the middle like Lisa Cabrera. They put it out from the beginning, and they are very proud to do so. So y'all want to see what they put out? Press number 1 in the chat if y'all want to see what they put out, please. Somebody press number 1 in the chat, please. Do y'all want to see the innocent black Hebrew Israelites get attacked by this mob, this angry mob of Palestinian protest? You want to see it from the beginning? Y'all want to see it? Oh, I see a lot of ones in the chat. Okay, all right. I see a lot of ones. Well, let's get to it, shall we? Shall we? Let's watch what these geniuses put out. Let's see, more ones coming out in the chat. Let's watch what these Hebrew Israelites put out. Okay, they put it out. I didn't put it out. It wasn't the mainstream media that put it out. They themselves put it out on their channel. Okay, let's have a look. Shall we have a look?
And for a fourth, I will not turn away the punishment thereof. No, the Lord's going to look the other way to the Palestinians. I will not turn away the punishment thereof. The Lord forgot about the sub-Saharan slave trade. I will not turn away the punishment thereof. The Lord forgot about Muhammad killing the Jews with the sword. I will not turn away the punishment thereof. The Lord's not turning away the punishment of these fake Palestinians, man. Of these Ishmaelites, man. The Mosai is coming back for them as well, man. For what they have done to the children of Israel. Because they carried away captive the whole captivity. Because they carried away the captive the whole captivity. They carried away captive the whole captivity. They're not innocent, man. They want you to think, oh man, they're innocent. pray for us. Right? They're killing us just like you were brothers. No, y'all wasn't brothers when y'all was oppressing our people, telling us get the hell out the gas station, man. Right? Y'all wasn't brothers then, man. Right? But guess what? Now the Lord sees what's going on. Go to Amos chapter 9 and verse 10. Read what you got. To deliver them up to Edom, but I will send a fire on the wall of Gaza. The Lord is sending fire on the wall of Gaza, man, right now. Fire is coming down upon them, man. Read on. We shall devour the palaces thereof. We shall do what? We shall devour the palaces.
Are you listening to these idiots? Remember the guy in the red shirt? That's the guy in the red shirt. That's the guy in the African Bambata suit, right? It's the same folks, okay? I want you to make sure that y'all know it's the same folks, the same day that Lisa Cabrera said that these innocent Hebrew Israelites, they were just preaching to the people. And look at the verses they decided to pull out on the day of the Palestinian protests. Look what this Jackson 5 looking mother. Anyway, don't let me start cussing up in this piece. Okay. Look at these guys, man. Listen what he said now.
No, y'all wasn't brothers when y'all was oppressing our people, telling us get the hell out the gas station, man. Right? Y'all wasn't brothers then, man. Right? But guess what? Now the Lord sees what's going on. Go to Amos chapter 9 and verse 10. Read what you got. To deliver them up to Edom, but I will send a fire on the wall of Gaza.
The Lord sent fire on the wall of Gaza. The Lord sent fire on the wall of Gaza.
Sending fire on the wall of Gaza, man, right now.
The Lord is sending fire on the wall of Gaza right now. He's saying the Lord. Can you believe this crap? It's not the Israelis who are purchasing weapons from America, or not even what, they're getting subsidized this, like welfare. They're getting these weapons for free. Okay. He didn't say the Americans are raining down fire on the walls of Gaza today. He didn't say that. The same Americans that enslaved the same black folk that he talked about just a second ago, who threw black babies in rivers and called it alligator food or alligator bait. He didn't say the Americans did that. When the Americans do this to black people, it's the devil. But when Israelis do the same thing to Gazans, it's the Lord who's sending it. The Lord is sending these weapons. The Lord. I want y'all to think about that for a second. The same Lord who split the Red Sea for Moses. He could have just split the Red Sea. The same Lord who flipped Sodom and Gomorrah upside down and turned over his head, and in an instant, all of Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed. This is the same Lord that's sending fire down on Gaza with American weapons. What is this? Like, who follows this? And this is why I don't like talking about these idiots, because they're idiots. They are just idiots. I'm sorry. That's why I don't like talking about them. Just talking about them right now, this is like giving me the heebie-jeebies, man. They're not just dumb, they're incredibly dumb. But why is it important for us to talk about them on this channel? It is important because black folk, Muslims, mind you, are leaving Islam to join this. And if there was ever an indictment on black people, it is that you abandoned your own people so horrifically and so terribly that they can leave Islam to follow these folks. And y'all ain't seeing the connection here. This is the religion of God. American-made weapons are the Lord raining down fire on Gaza. Like, what are we doing here? This is ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous. Anyway, let's keep watching, yo.
Fire is coming down upon them, man. Right. You know? We shall devour the palaces thereof. We shall do what? We shall devour the palaces thereof. And I will cut off the inhabitant from Ashdod. The Most High is going to cut off the Palestinians. In the Bible. Right. The Most High is cutting off Gaza in the Bible. Right. But everybody wants to say, oh, no, pray for the Palestinians, pray for the Ukrainians, pray for these Israelis. We're not praying for none of y'all, man. Pray for the black man. Pray for the Hispanic man. Hey,
this is why black people are leaving Islam to come here. You get it? With all the ridiculousness that he just said, and it is absolutely ridiculous. It is nonsensical. It is absolutely nonsensical. It is buffoonish. That is the appeal right there. And that's the only appeal. That's it. If the Bloods and Crips had a religion, it would be this. And if they started dressing like the village people, it would be this. Dude walking around looking like a lightweight Dennis Rodman. If hip-hop became a cult. But Islam was sent to all people, correct? All people of the earth. How do you leverage Islam against the interests of your own people when it's sent to everybody? Like, how is this making any sense whatsoever? The only time we hear about racism as black Muslims is when you're ready to put black Muslims to sleep about racism. Okay? There's no racism in Islam. We're all brothers. We're all brothers in Islam. That's the only time you hear about racism now. It's ridiculous. And these guys are so ridiculous, man. I'm getting the heebie-jeebies. I'm getting the heebie-jeebies. Anyways, let's keep watching, y'all.
One of y'all brothers, is there space? Y'all got space in the car? You gonna hop out? All right, Khan. Can one of y'all brothers, Aharon, can you show the brother with the park, Mama Kishan?
Preach, man.
Take a flyer. You got a flyer? Take a flyer. Hey, out of the way.
My bag. I got one. Last time. Yeah, man. I'm about to go, man.
All right, you got you. You don't get your flyer, okay? Go to Amos 9 to 10. Book of Amos, chapter 9 and verse 10.
Bring it out.
All the sinners of my people. What did the Lord say?
All the sinners of my people.
Amos 9 and 10, right? Okay. You know what? All the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, which say, the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us. And that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen, and close up the breaches thereof. And I will raise up his ruins. I will do what? And I will raise up his ruins. What is the Lord doing? And I will raise up his ruins. The Lord is raising up the tabernacle of David, man. He's raising up the black, Hispanics, and Native Americans to know who they truly are, man. To know what's really going on earth. All our people know right now is NBA and NFL. They don't even know what's going on in the world. They don't even know World War III is kicking off. They too worried about if you take your woman to Waffle House, are you good or not? They just worried about all the wrong things. Blood smoke. But hold on. The Lord said he's raising up the palaces, raising up the line of David thereof, man. He's raising up our people in these last days. Read on. It reads, and I will raise up his ruins, and I will build it. And I will what? And I will build it. Read on. As in the days of old, that they may possess the remnant of Edom. And the Lord said we're going to possess the remnant of these other nations, man. Especially the Ishmaelites. Go to Isaiah chapter 44 and verse 8. All right, go to Isaiah chapter 44 and verse 8. Go to Psalm chapter 96 and verse 7.
So y'all hear them, right? You can hear the protesters in the background, and they're reading all the verses that are talking against the Palestinians. All of them. The Bible has a lot of verses against Palestinians, the Philistines, right? Because back in the old days, the old days, right, there was fighting between the whatchamacallit, the people of Palestine, that region, and the Egyptians and the Hebrews and all. And this, it's like a tribal war. It's all tribal stuff. These guys are using these old verses from like 3,000, 4,000 years ago and saying it's talking about today. And so the protesters are coming now. Okay, let me just speed this up a little bit. Right. Remind you, they put this out. I didn't put this out. They put this out.
I mean, they're waving their flags. They're praying to a false god, man. But I pray they keep getting destroyed over there in the Middle East, man. What you got there?
This book of Isaiah, chapter 44, verse number 8. Fear ye not, neither be afraid. I told thee from that time that I had declared.
You know, side point, back in the day when I used to go to the clubs, right? You know, we used to go to the clubs and whatever. Okay. And, you know, we used to have our hip hop groups, whatever. And there was this famous group back in those days called Onyx, right? And they had a song called "Just Throw Your Guns in the Air, I put book like I just don't care," right? So whenever that part came on, I put book like it just, the whole club would go, I put book like it just don't. Just like these guys, man. It's exactly the same. And the Lord said, I shall rain down fire on the Palestinians. I rain down fire on the Palestinians. What is this, man? This is a religion? This is a religion of truth? Come on, man. You can't be serious, bro. Ah.
Ye are even my witnesses. Right. Is there a God beside me?
What the Lord say?
Is there a God beside me?
Read it again.
Is there a God beside me?
It is Allah.
Is there a God beside me?
Is there a God beside me? What they say? Is there a God beside me? That's these guys, bro. Oh my gosh, it's a club. It's like a blocko, man. Back in the days, blocko is like a club party on the outside. It's a blocko, man. This is a straight up blocko, man. Anyways, I digress. I know. I had to say that. I had to say that. Let's keep going, man.
Is there a God beside me? Is there a God beside me?
Is there a God beside you?
Is there a God beside me?
Yeah, there is no God.
What the Lord say?
Yeah, there is no God.
There are multiple gods.
Yeah, there is no God.
There's no God besides Yahweh Shem Yahshua. Don't worry about them. They're not going to do anything. Allah's not protecting them.
Right.
They want to fight us, but they want to pick up a gun.
Right.
They want to fight us.
You see, you hear it? Let me just slow it down now. Let me just slow it down. This is who Lisa Cabrera said. They didn't do anything. These are the folks that Lisa Cabrera said they were just out there preaching their preaching. They didn't start nothing. Look at here.
I say, there is no God. There are multiple gods.
Yeah, there is no God.
There is no God besides Yahweh Shem Yahshua. Don't worry about them. They're not going to do anything. Allah's not protecting them.
Right.
They want to fight us, but they don't want to pick up a gun.
Right.
They want to fight us, but they...
Did y'all hearing this, right? Don't worry about them. You know why they're saying that? If they were just like innocently making the street preaching, as was insinuated by Lisa Cabrera, they wouldn't have to say that, would they? No, they knew exactly what they were doing. They're trying to antagonize the protesters. They were intentionally trying to antagonize the protesters. That's why they went out to the protests, where the protesters would be, with their karaoke machine and their dusty secondhand name brand clothes from the 90s that they got from Walmart. Or not Walmart. They don't sell secondhand. From whatever. What's the secondhand place that they get? Was it Winners or something? The Salvation Army. Like legit. And some of them wearing like acid wash and holes in their jeans and everything, man. You get me? And they're still out there trying to antagonize folks. How can you be ignorant and arrogant at the same time? Pick a struggle. Just pick up. Either you're going to be ignorant and try to get some, common sense in your head, or you already have some common sense, you have some knowledge, you got a little bit of knowledge, you know a little bit of stuff, and you're going to be arrogant with it. So you got to curb your arrogance because, you know stuff. But how are you ignorant and arrogant at the same time? You're out there intentionally trying to antagonize folks. Allah is not protecting them. That's what they say. Allah is not protecting them. They want to come and fight us, but they can't pick up a gun, meaning they can't go to Palestine. Mind you, those of y'all who know me, right? Those of y'all who know me, This is the criticism that we give your utopian elites. Big mouths, little action. Big mouths, little action. Ready to criticize the leaders, ready to criticize the scholars, behind some computer somewhere in their air-conditioned house that they paid off of their social media money. But we're not going to go to a protest and antagonize people who are already in pain. These folks are in pain. There are Palestinians right now in Canada and in the States who have no family left. 10 members, 20 members, 30 members. I know a sister out here, she lost 65 members of her family. 65. This is the religion of truth that you're calling, this is the truth you're calling black folks to? This? So, see how ridiculous this is, right? I want y'all to just conceptualize the absurdity of it. It is comically absurd, is it not? And the fact that Lisa Cabrera, she said they weren't doing anything, they're innocent, totally innocent, while they're out there antagonizing protesters, intentionally antagonizing protesters, intentionally trying to elicit a violent reaction. She's calling them innocent. That video, Lisa Cabrera, that I saw, that was the reason that gave me pause to even talk about them. That's the same video I just showed. It was the reason that I paused, right? Because maybe it's possible. I mean, it is a protest after all, and we all know what happens when black folk protest. It always gets infiltrated by provocateurs and stuff, and it wouldn't be much different, even though it's more likely that these folks were antagonizing the protester. And lo and behold, and they put this out themselves on their own free will, mind you. Nobody coerced them. For them, this is a win. For them, in their minds, this is a W. Yeah, look what we did. We went and we antagonized these folks while they was protesting. Y'all heard me? And at the same time, black Muslims are leaving Islam for this. All at the same time. All at the same time. Let's keep watching, y'all. We are just getting started. I told y'all, we're going to get deep tonight. Like, subscribe, share. Hit me up on Patreon, y'all.
Pick up a gun. Right. Go fight the alien forces. Go fight the alien forces. Yeah, go fight the alien forces.
Look. Is this like a comic show or what? I mean, there is so much to uncover with this, right? Number one, it just strengthens our position on why protests are generally futile. They're just a reactionary thing that people do to beg the enemy for rights that the enemy didn't give them to begin with. A protest. Every last Palestinian, Jordanian, whatever. If you are Muslim in the West, you are inadvertently supporting the genocide that goes on in Muslim countries through your taxpayer money. And there is nothing there is actually things you can do about it, because there is more than enough Muslims, there are more than enough black folk in the West to actually do something about that. That is true. But protesting, that ain't it. It ain't it. And if there was ever an argument against why Muslims shouldn't protest, is right here. This right here is not even police. It's not even police now. Just some ignorant Negroes intentionally trying to antagonize you. They didn't have to bring even the provocateurs. So now the enemy is getting all kinds of information right now. You know, in my humble opinion, the Hebrew Israelites, mark my words, just like these groups from before that were allowed to run amok in the black community while the authorities knew exactly what they were doing. Like your Yahweh ben Yahwehs, like your Malachi Z. Yorks. The majority of your cults, the black cults today that you see, are love children rather, of Malachi Z. York. So many cults spread out for him. The most prolific child molester probably in recorded history, Malachi Z. York. And he was allowed to get away with it almost with impunity. And the whatchamacallit, the government knew about him from way back in the 80s. They knew what he was doing. Dr. Bilal Phillips wrote an entire book in 1982. I think it was 1982 about that guy, 1992 rather. Malachi Z. York. He wrote a book about him. They knew from way back then. They knew, and yet still, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of children, not just girls either, boys and everything, and not just whatchamacallit, randoms, even siblings, the mother and the daughter, the sisters, you name it, the brother and the sister. And on top of that, giving these children herpes. With impunity, he was allowed. Now you have your chemists came directly from him. Now you have your what are these Indians? Indigenous Indian, whatever, Yamasi, whatever, came directly from him. Now you have your whatchamacallit, your alien types came directly from him. Your brother Polites, your young pharaohs, all of them came directly from him. All of them. What's young Polite in jail for right now? What's he doing in time for right now? Brother Polite. All of this is going on, right? And what caused the Palestinian protesters to get bent out of shape and out of their element and everything like that for the whole world to see? And then the very same white folks that your YouTubian da'i elites are pandering to, you know, to go and say, like, look at these violent protesters. These folks, these ignorant Negroes. Can you imagine? Can you imagine after all that? After all that. And they're playing this like it's a win. They antagonized the protesters, they elicited a violent reaction, and now they're playing the gangster music in the background. Okay. Like, yeah, bring it. You know what I'm saying? Like, what? This is the religion of God? This is the religion of God? This? Like, are you kidding me right now? You're not serious, people.
Nigga fine, tucked him on his belly like a snake. Then watch how he swam. Put him on the floor like white t-shirts. I heat up his arm. Take your Jeep off straight up off that breather. Bake him like a needle. White man got you lost in all his theories. Big bang like Vegeta. I still drink the myth that's in his word.
So the question we're asking Lisa Cabrera, does this look like they did nothing to you? Lisa Cabrera, does this look like they did nothing to you? Are you standing by that statement, Sister Lisa Cabrera? It's shameful. It's shameful. We on this channel, you see, on the features, like almost everybody don't like us. Okay. Muslims don't like us because we're too black. Black folk don't like us because we're too Muslim. Okay? You know what I'm saying? When we call out Arabs and South Asians with receipt after receipt after receipt for their blatant and open racism, and then we start calling out your YouTubian Da'i elites for siding with our open enemy and using their talking points against us. CRT is Marxism. All this kind of stuff. Inviting Daniel Hakika to do conferences and stuff. Like, this guy's clearly a racist. Clearly. He's never seen a black victim that he calls a victim. Never in his life. But when the Palestine kicked off, now Daniel Hakikachu understands what racism is. For Palestine, it's racism. Daniel, out of his own words. This is why I don't want to talk about them. You know what I'm saying? Because believe me, brothers and sisters, I can bring out so much stuff. But now is not time. It's just not appropriate right now. It's just not appropriate right now. But the point is, when we point all this stuff out with their own words, we are not making this stuff up. We're quoting them directly. We're not adding or subtracting from the meaning of the things that they say. We're giving it in context. We too black. We are the ones who are too black. Us. The anti-black person isn't anti-black, mind you. He is not anti-black. When Muhammad Hijab says, oh, reparations is a leftist talking point, he is not anti-black. We are just too black. You get it? Then we start pointing out stuff like this, which is clearly off color, clearly off code. That is not a good representation. Is this how you want to be represented as black folk? Like this? Are these the people that you want representing and talking for you? These folks. Yes or no? I'm asking. I'm asking the questions here. Are these the people you want representing you? Yes or no? So now when we start pointing this stuff out, black folks say, oh, we're too Arab now. We're too Arab. You follow that Arab religion now. You can't win for losing. You can't win for losing. Do you want these people representing you, yes or no? Do these people speak for you? Are these the people that you think is a good representation of what black people should be? Is this the future of black society? These Hebrew Israelites, them folks. Look what they're doing. I didn't put this out. They ain't shy to put. They think this is a win. Look, they have the music and everything going, because you know the God of Israel likes hip hoppers. The God of Israel likes gangster rap.
I go here a little there a little. I act like a teacher, like the days of Noah came to rain. With the truth of flood, keep that steak up on that grill and more, cause me no eat no blood. You so shed man's blood by your man, your blood gon' be shed. You ain't believe the prophets when they spoke, now that nigga dead. Recompenses on all of these nations, prices on their head. Feeling like I'm shooting laser tag, but these infrareds. If we playing Gauntlet, I ask questions straight for what I read. If we playing Gauntlet, I ask, you heard what I said. I peep that Satan left that text on red. Like a dharma, like that Esau friends is dead. Instead of being foes, my brother friends instead. Esau trying next, then we gon' lame his legs. Running me soft spot, I won't take anything but boy when it's time. Calling on the Lord, I pray the monkeys bang. Drank the wine, press he drank the blood before he finished things. Soldier of the Lord, he say one word and we strap Jenny down. They spot him, then they got him. Up from any range, we got more flesh within the spirit. We got many men, we didn't clean together like we want. So we no more twain. Ain't got time for speaking words that's idle, cause they all be vain. Angels they do on him apparition. It fuck with his brain. Open up this iPad like Mauritian. Half all eat his noodle. We got Esau bleeding out his white. Toast the breakfast student. So the accent meditate and chop.
So really, I like this one, trapping for Yawash. That's crazy, man. That's crazy, man. The God of Israel, trap rapper. What is going on here, man? Y'all, man. That's why I don't like talking about these folks, and I don't like talking about these, particularly these guys. I don't like talking about them. I don't like talking about the Indians. You know, we are the indigenous Indians, folks. I don't like talking about them. They are natural born idiots. Okay, and it is just way below my pay grade to, to talk about buffoonery. But I just want to take this opportunity, right, to show y'all a whole bunch of things going on here. Just a whole bunch of things just happening here, right? Number one, you have black folk saying with big platforms that these black Hebrew Israelites on their platform, putting their reputation on the line for these folks. Putting their reputation on. Does it look like Lisa Cabrera that these Hebrew Israelites are innocent? Yes or no? That is the question. They may not have thrown the first brick. Shout out to Rhoda. Rhoda Usman. They may not have thrown the first brick, but they were definitely trying to elicit somebody to throw one at them. No doubt about it. And we are black. We are black people. We are not like the immigrants. Immigrants are way more timid, way more reserved. They are pandering to Zaddy day and night. You know, they're trying to keep in the States, they're trying to keep their green cards. Over here in Canada, they're trying to keep their residency visas and whatnot. You know, they wasn't violent back home and they ain't violent here either. Okay, they running away from violence. That's why they're here. Black folk tend, especially men, the masculine men, tend not to run away from fights. It's in black culture, right? Black people, black men, masculine men, particularly, if you start talking crap to them, that is an invitation for a beatdown. Am I right or am I wrong? Somebody put it in the chat, please. If you start talking smack to a black person, you start talking about his mama, all crazy. You start talking about his kids, all crazy. You start talking about his family, all crazy. Is that an invitation for a fight, yes or no, in black society? Yes or no? The natural Muslim, she says, even in Africa, black men don't like being agitated. Yes, this is something in black culture. They knew exactly what they were doing. They were there with the intention of starting a fight. Black people know this. Black people know this and they understand this already. This is something in our in the wider black culture. You can have an argument, no problem. With black people, you can have an argument. You can have, disagreement, whatever. You can have even heated arguments. Sometimes heated arguments will lead to a fight. Yes, this is true. But there's a difference between a heated argument leading to a fight and intentionally trying to start a fight with your words. Like, they ain't gonna do nothing. Allah ain't protecting them. That is an invitation to a fight. In black culture, that is an open invitation to a fight. Now you want to fight. Now you are asking for physical violence. And the ironic thing is that these brave Negro Israelites, okay, instigated this fight in the presence of the police. Why did they do that? Because they know very well that at the end of the day, it's the white police officer, the Edomites, that's going to come and save them from the Ishmaelites. That's why they did that. They wasn't fitting to do that if there's no police around. Okay? In black society, black men have been shot for less than what they've done. But they know very well that the Edomites police officer will save them from the Ishmaelite Allah worshiping Arab, fake Palestinian Arab. They know that. So they are literally putting on a show for their camera so they can put it on their channel to get views. Because one thing you got to give to the black Hebrew Israelites, I don't know how they did. They were dead. They were all but gone. They disappeared after Yahweh being Yahweh disappeared in whatever the 80s or 90s, whatever. Like, he was gone. He was gone. He was like gone. Okay, we hadn't heard anything about no Hebrew Israelites for like a few decades. All of a sudden, they popping up everywhere on YouTube. Like, you can't. They got so many channels. They're popping up everywhere. And in purple, like the purple get-ups, made in China get-ups, whatever, looking like some Renaissance Europeans with that purple, If it's like if Prince got a Renaissance outfit. That's what they look like. These very cheap made in China stuff. Just ridiculous. They look ridiculous. They talk ridiculous. They act ridiculous. Which is why I don't like talking about them, because they are ridiculous. They're just really ridiculous people. They're not serious people at all. But how is it that black Muslims are leaving Islam to go to that? That's the question you got to ask. And on the other side, you have these protesters, man. You have these protesters, and this is something that in private, okay, in private, I don't even know if I should even say this, man, because like it's, oh, well, I'm already here, so I might as well say it, man. How do you have this much energy in America to do this? Like, how do you have this much energy in America to do this, but you don't have the energy to wake up for tahajjud? You don't have the energy to go to the Masjid for Fajr. It's really embarrassing, man. It's really embarrassing. Mr. Increase. Mr. Increase got jokes today, man. Dressing up like Soul Sonic Voice. Go back and watch Planet Rock and tell me I'm lying. Oh my gosh, man. That was, oh man. That's a proper roasting right there. That was funny, man. All right, y'all. Let's keep watching. Let's keep watching the black trap rapping Israelites. Let's keep watching, y'all. And both sides are playing the hold me back, hold me back, hold me back. They're both playing a game because both of them don't really want smoke like that. You know what I mean? They both really don't want smoke like that. Hold me back, coppers, hold me back. If you don't hold me back, coppers, it's gonna be violence up in here. Both of them doing that. How come the God of Israel ain't raining down fire from the sky right now to save y'all? Like, what is going on here, man? This is, anyways.
And when they went from nation to nation, they did what? And when they went from nation to nation. We don't need that. We'll carry on this, man. It's a small thing for the Lord. He suffered no man to do them wrong. What the Lord say? He suffered no man to do them wrong.
Onyx! Slam! Sorry, man, I had to do that. What the Lord say? Slam! Now they all like have this testosterone rush, right? They got this testosterone rush. Okay, and they all hype now. But these people are somehow innocent in this whole fiasco, right? Anyways, let's keep watching this. Slam! Make noise, my boys!
He suffered no man to do the wrong. Yeah, he reproved kings. He did what? Yeah, he reproved kings. He reproved the nations, man. Right. For their sake. Saying, touch not mine anointing. Say what? Touch not mine anointing. Say what? Touch not mine anointing. Say what? Touch not mine anointing. Hey, the Lord said don't touch his anointing, man. All y'all Israelites got nothing but death coming to y'all, man.
They think they are anointed by the Lord and stuff. You see, one thing you got to know about the Bible, okay? The Bible in itself was weaponized horrifically against black people. And continues to be. It continues to be weaponized against black people, to be honest. Is it a knock against Christianity? No. Is it a knock against the Bible? No. There's not even a knock against the Bible. Because the people who put the Bible together, when they were putting it together, they were not thinking in their heads, you know what? Let's weaponize this book against black folk. Okay? Oh my gosh, Tika. Okay, I gotta play this. It wasn't the Lord that saved them, it was the police. They got them people to say them like white women did before the camera phones. Oh my gosh. Oh wow. 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 Oh man. Oh, that was savage, y'all. That was savage, y'all. Oh my goodness. uh but I'm sure like most of these guys, it looks like, you know, most of these guys anyways, they're from Chicago. They look like thug life folks, you know what I mean? They look like they've seen violence, been through violence, all that kind of stuff. You get me? And one thing about traumatized people, right? If you do not, you know, have a little bit like of you know, what's the word I'm looking for, man? That's not like empathy, not sympathy, but empathy, right? If you don't have any empathy for them, for traumatized people, then really you're doing the entire society a massive disservice. You're doing the entire society an incredible disservice, right? So now these folks, they found camaraderie and brotherhood on what? On gangsterizing the same Bible that was used and weaponized against black people. So we're going to take these very same verses, right, and weaponize those verses against the entire world. Because, you know, you angry at the world now. You get me? And in my humble opinion, this is much more an indictment against the Muslims, particularly the Muslims in the black community, than it is against the black Hebrew Israelites. Much more of an indictment against the black community. Because you were right there. You were right there. You were in the hood. You were making dawah to your people, and you let other people come into your neighborhood, your dawah, and tell you who you can, what you can, what you can't say. And you worked against the interest of your own people in order to pander to people who don't love you and never loved your people to begin with. They were out of the picture. These Hebrew Israelites were totally out of the picture. They were out of the picture. Black folks were not leaning towards Christianity anymore. Christianity was totally out of the picture. Even up until this day, Christianity largely remains out of the picture. Ain't no black folk trying to spread Christianity. The churches right now, as we speak, the black churches, they are filled with our grandmothers. Black men don't go to church no more. It's just old black ladies. If you see this young generation of preachers coming out now, it looks like it's like a cartoon. It's like watching Looney Tunes in church. Outrageous stuff they're trying to do to get the church filled with young folks. Just outrageous. And people see right through that stuff. The black Muslims had almost 20 solid years of no interference, not from the black community. The black community wasn't interfering with them at all. But the second a black da'i started talking about black issues, who were the first people to try to shut them up? Look at my channel right now. Go into the comment section of some of my videos, the black ones. Go into the comment section right. You will see for yourself. Outrageous cooning. Just outrageous cooning. Even by some of the personalities, you wouldn't believe that this person said this. Like, why is he talking like this? Some of the most outlandish cooning you've ever seen. filled. What good is it that you came into Islam? You come into Islam with self-hate, but Islam increases you more in that self-hate. Is that the goal of Islam? As long as you're black, you must nurture and foster your self-hate even more, so much so that if anybody talks about black issues, you do not speak against the person who speaks against black people. You have no work for them at all. Not even a turning up of the nose of folks who speak openly and wildly about black folk. You have nothing against, but the second that the Feachaz says, you know what, maybe we should do a Farrakhan Fridays. Let's do a Farrakhan Fridays. What? Farrakhan, that kafir, that are you a black nationalist? You're a black nationalist, and black nationalism is kufr, and losing their minds, losing their God-given minds. Black nationalism is kufr while they running around with American passport, singing the national anthem every single time that they and their kids go to school. They have to. Okay? They have to do that. They have to pay taxes for their black children to go to school, so that tax money can go to the white neighborhoods and make sure that their kids get the cast-off books from the white neighborhoods. They have to learn like that. But if I say black nationalism, that's kufr. Go figure. 20 solid years, you had no interference. Who interfered? Other folks from other countries. And you listened to them because of the brotherhood. Now you see the results of your brotherhood. These are the fruits of your brotherhood. These are the results of your brotherhood. It's ridiculous. Like, how are we doing this stuff? Mr. Increase, he said, while praising MBS and calling him a Salafi. Like, how are we doing that stuff? MBS is a Salafi? This is how far gone we have gone as black folk. We got all these problems in the neighborhood, all these problems in black society, and your dawah is MBS is Salafi. That's the dawah you're making. This is why people are leaving Islam to go to this stuff. Because you act like you're making dawah not to black people, but you're making dawah on behalf of Arabs. You speak like that, you act like that, you talk like that, you dress like that, even dress like that. You're not relatable to your own people. And black folk, the wider black society, as ignorant as these Negroes are, as backward as they are, they will relate to this quicker than somebody talking about, you know, MBS, he may have problems, but he's Salafi. You must be out of your mind. What kind of dawah is that? What kind of dawah is that? Call your people to Allah. Don't worry about what these folks, they got their own problems. They don't care about your problems. They ain't fitting to come into the hood and fix your problems. If this is your competition, these Black Hebrew Israelites, these indigenous Indian types, Hotep types, if Allah has given you such easy work, like easy work, this is light work, man. This is light work. What more could you want after that? Go and call your people to Allah, man. This is your competition right now. This? If you can't do something about this, then I don't know what to tell y'all, man. Pandering to folks who don't care what's going on with you and your people is not going to fix the problems with you and your people. Y'all hearing me? Just keep watching, y'all. This is crazy.
That you done to the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. That's sweet, man. All we're doing is waiting under the tree. Give me the book of Zechariah.
Just the whole thing. Like, I'm sorry to cut it off every 2 seconds. Now Hispanics and Native Americans are Israelites too. Hispanics and Native Americans. He legit said Hispanics. Like, what are we doing here, man? What is a Hispanic? You know what a Hispanic is? Anybody who speaks Spanish in the Western world, anybody is Hispanic. Which is why in Western countries, Hispanics can be classified as white folks. What are we saying? Native Americans are Israelites too. Native Americans just found out about Christianity and Islam yesterday. Like, what are you talking about? They just found out, and they definitely didn't know about no Judaism. Where are these Hispanic Jews? Where are they? Where are these Hispanic Hebrews? Where are these whatchamacallit? These Native American Hebrews that he's talking about? I mean, this is like compounded ignorance. And that's, again, if this is your competition, black folk, then really at the end of the day, for this growing right before our eyes, you as a black Muslim, right, you should be like, even me, I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed talking about that. I'm embarrassed I have to talk about this. I am embarrassed. I'm not gonna lie. I'm embarrassed as a black person, as a Muslim. I have to address this because it's embarrassing. Oh my gosh. You guys are too much, man. There's a guy with the Simpsons jacket out the blood of Yawashashi on his face. Oh my gosh, man. You guys are too much, man. You guys are too much, man. Anyways, let's keep going, y'all.
Zechariah chapter 10 and verse 5.
Bring it out!
Zechariah chapter 9 and verse 13.
Bring it out!
Ezekiel chapter 25 and verse 16.
Bring it out!
Zechariah 10 and verse 5.
Bring it out!
And they shall be as mighty men. As what?
As mighty men.
As what?
As mighty men.
As what?
As mighty men.
Read. Which tread down their enemies. Which do what?
Which tread down their enemies.
Do what?
Which tread down their enemies.
How do 10 put 10,000 in flame, man?
Right!
In the mire of the street. In the what?
In the mire of the street.
You don't give a damn if it's in the middle of the street, on the sidewalk, in the ocean, don't matter, man.
Right.
In the battle, and they shall fight. And they shall what?
And they shall fight.
And we shall what?
And they shall fight.
Read. Because the Lord is with you. Because what?
Because the Lord is with you.
Because what?
Because the Lord is with you.
Read. And the riders on horses shall be confounded. And I will strengthen the house of Judah. And I will what?
And I will strengthen the house of Judah.
And gonna do what?
And I will strengthen the house of Judah.
Read.
These folks, they're talking about streets and sidewalks and strengthening the house of Judah and all kinds. If you got all of them together, right? Just all of them together, right? And you told them, you know these things you're talking about, streets and have you built a sidewalk? Can you tear down a sidewalk? Have you built a street? You can't do anything. You cannot do anything. Right? And you need to seriously pick a struggle. Pick a struggle. Either you're going to be ignorant or you're going to be arrogant. but don't be ignorant and arrogant. Please don't. You're out there antagonizing people, protest. You don't have to do that. You can make your call, whatever, do your preaching. Nobody really cares like that if you're doing your preaching. But the Hebrew is these types of cults, right? Hebrew Israelites, the indigenous Indians, the Hoteps. They never, ever, ever, ever talk about what they actually believe. They never say that. They never say like the pillars of their beliefs. The only thing that they do is talk about other people's beliefs. They talk about other people's beliefs. They talk about other people's lineage, and because these are identity cults, right? And there's so many of them in the black community. If y'all don't know what an identity cult is, in the black community we have too many of them, right? Because black folks are essentially a mismatch, like a mashup of many, many, many different people in the West, right? So we are mixed up with different African tribes, different Europeans, and indigenous. We're just the most ethnically diverse people on earth are the descendants of slavery. Okay, by far. Nobody comes close because of the whatchamacallit, the slavery itself. You don't have autonomy over your property, your children, your body. The people who own you will take advantage of that, and they took full advantage of that. Black people were bred like animals. Black women were systematically raped by the slave owners, whether they were married or not. Black children were stolen from their parents, in front of their parents, and sold like livestock as long as they can reach the age of breaking in, what they call breaking in, right? Age of breaking in. The age of breaking in is like right before puberty, breaking in a slave. All right, so what is that? Breaking in a slave is essentially the age right before puberty that slave masters used to torture, for lack of better, yeah, you can say torture, not even lack of better words. That's exactly what they did. They would torture these children. They would sell them off for profit to other slave owners, right? They wanted to make sure that they could profit as much as possible, as well as break family ties and family lines. Because strong families make strong community. You cannot have a community without a family, right? So this was something that's done systematically. So they would sell children at young ages to other folks for profit, and they would make sure to break them in, meaning that the slaves themselves were violently silenced and violently coerced to work, so that they would work without talking back, without questioning. And you can even find online on YouTube interviews from slaves themselves, former slaves, of the things that were done to them. Okay, so black folk in the West, nobody is more ethnically and genetically diverse than a black Westerner. Okay, nobody. Okay, these folks are out here talking about the indigenous Indians are Israelites and stuff. right? And furthermore, they're playing into that not knowing your ethnicity for building up a cult based upon that. And they're not the first ones to do it, okay? There have been many of these types of cults in the Black community. Many of them. Just like this. And at the head or at the top of these cults, you find some dude that is selling something to make lots of money. And he has access to money and women, always at the top. There's not a single one of these cults, these cult leaders, except that he's running some sort of polygamy scam. And we're not talking about the Islamic polygamy here. We're talking about a ridiculous amount of women, even other people's wives and everything. Just look up Dr. York, you'll see. Look up Brother Polite, even, you'll see. Okay, look at Young Pharaoh, you'll see. This is what these folks do. This is what these folks do. So the point in mentioning that is that we as Black Westerners, we have a history and experience that is explicit to us. Oh, come on. Natural Muslim, you're too much now. That's too much. That's going too far. That's going too far now. Look what Natural Muslim has said now. Come on. You're doing too much now, man. Hosts from different area codes now. For looking at me scan. Come on, man. You're doing too much. All right. We as Muslims, the Quran was revealed to all mankind. It wasn't revealed specifically for Arabs or South Asians, which means that we have to leverage the Quran and we have to leverage the Sunnah for our experience to solve our problems that are explicit to us. You see how the whole Muslim world right now is using the Quran and the Sunnah to try to solve the Palestinian problem? Well, somewhat. You can say somewhat they're trying to do it. And they're still fighting each other, right? Why you need to think, why is it that every single time you talk about your issues, they want to fight you for talking about your issues? The only people on earth they want to fight is you. They don't want to fight no Palestinians or no Kashmiris or no Rohingya or no, they don't want to fight that. And the second you got an issue, they can't address it. You got issues in Sudan. You got issues in Ethiopia. You got issues in Libya. You got issues in Tunisia. They don't mention any of that. They can't talk about it at all. Nobody can talk about it. But let a Black person talk about his own issues with his own people today. And see their faces and their tone and everything change. You got to ignore that stuff, man. To be honest, folks like these Hebrew Israelites, at the end of the day, it's a blessing because they're just too ignorant. Too ignorant. And this should be light work. Anyways, let's go.
And I will save the house of Joseph.
And we ain't going nowhere. We right here. We right here. We ain't going nowhere, man. We ain't going nowhere. We right here. All right, bring it up.
Second Kings chapter 6 and verse number 16. And he answered, fear not.
Do what?
Fear not.
Do what?
Fear not.
Read.
For they that be with us.
For what?
For they that be with us.
For what?
For they that be with us.
Read.
Are more than they that be with them.
Hey, it's more of us than it is of them. That's right. We always gonna believe in and stand on in the last days. That's right. We always got more angels with us. That's right.
Elisha prayed and said, Lord, open his eyes
For what?
that he see. Open
said that there's more of us than them because the angels are already standing with us. You mean those angels in uniform that saved you from the Palestinian protesters? Those angels. I saw those angels. This is anyways, man. Oh my gosh, man.
In the eyes of the young man, and he saw, and behold, the mountain was full of horses. Read the book of Isaiah, chapter 63. Book of Isaiah. Verse 1. And everything else that I called out, bring that out too. Isaiah 63, verse 1. Still Zechariah 9 and 13, Ezekiel chapter 25, verse 16. Who is this that cometh from Edom? Who is what? Who is this that cometh from Edom? Read. With dyed garments. With what? With dyed garments. Those garments is dyed because it's going to be the blood of the other nations all over them, man. Read. From Basra. That is glorious in his apparel. Traveling in the greatness of his strength. Doing what? Traveling in the greatness of his strength. Doing what? Traveling in the greatness of his strength. No matter where we go, man, and we got great strength with us, man. Right. We got the angels around us, and Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah with us, man, at all times. Read. I that speak in righteousness. It's mighty to save. Doing what? Mighty to save. No matter what situation we come up against, no matter what situation we in, hey, the Lord is mighty to save. That's right. Wherefore art thou red in thine apparel, and thy garments like him that treadeth in the winepress. I have tread in the winepress alone. What the Lord say? I have tread in the winepress alone. What the Lord say? I have tread in the winepress alone. Read. And of the people there was none with me. For I will tread them in mine anger. What the Lord say he gonna do? For I will tread them in mine anger. Hey, when the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah come back, man, all these nations getting trampled in his anger, man. That's right. You think stuff like that is gonna go unpunished, man? Stuff like that, you come in, you spitting on the prophets of the Lord, man. Right. Hey, the nations in the ancient world did stuff like that, and they got their ass put in the dirt.
How you have a religion that's this, the lack of self-awareness is comical. You just went, antagonized all these protesters, goaded them into a fight. You did that. You had it recorded. You played some trap national Israelite anthem when the fight happened. And then you talk about, how are you going to spit on God's? You are God's people? You? You are God's people? God's people. And the trap rap anthem. You have got to be kidding me right now, man. Again, this is that identity cult stuff. There's so many of them, within the black community. The black folks are the Hebrew Israelites. No, black folks are the indigenous Indian of America. No, black folks are not black. We are the copper-colored people of this and this and that. Black folks are Nubian. Black folks are, anyways, black folks are all kind of stuff. Black folks are alien. Yes, black folks are aliens. It's too many of them. It's too many of them. You get me? I want y'all to see, because I know I talked a lot here. Right? I'm putting in the chat so you can join me here. Right? And I hope one of these guys comes on, man. Because they got some explaining to do. Okay. But these are God's chosen people, okay? Listen to what they say. Listen.
Right. It's the same thing that happened. Somebody give me the book of Psalm chapter 64 and start at verse 4. Bring your precept out. It's the book of Joshua, chapter 23 and verse 10. Bring it out. One man of you shall chase 1,000. One man of you shall chase 1,000. Read it again. One man of you shall chase 1,000. Read it again. One man of you shall chase 1,000. Read it again. One man of you shall chase 1,000. Read it again. One man of you shall chase 1,000. Read it again. One man of you shall chase 1,000. Read. For the Lord your God, it is that fighter for you. Straight like that, man. Hey, how about Shimei Shah the one fight for us, man? You see the Christians out here in the face of thousands telling them that they're going to get put to death, man. You see the other nations nations and these other religions doing the things that the prophets of the Lord do always and always, man. But we gonna stand bold as a lion always, man. That's right.
Psalm 64.
All these other nations are going to be put to death. Religion of God, people. This is the religion. These are the chosen people. Yep, I mean, you got a point. I'm like, what? 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 Like, why? Why? But we haven't gotten to the worst parts yet. Let's keep watching, y'all.
Verse 4.
Bring it up. It's the book of Psalms, chapter 118 and verse 10. Bring it up. All nations compass me about.
What the Lord say?
All nations compass me about.
What's happening today before?
All nations compass me about.
Read.
But in the name of Yahweh.
But in the what?
But in the name of Yahweh.
What?
But in the name of Yahweh.
Read.
Will I destroy them?
What the Lord say?
Will I destroy them?
What's gonna happen?
Will I destroy them?
Read it again.
Will I destroy them?
Read.
They compass me about. Yeah, they compass me about. But in the name of Yahweh, I will destroy them.
Straight like that, man. That's what.
Did y'all hear that? This is the religion of God here. In the name of Yahweh, I will destroy them. Who? Who are you going to destroy? The nations of the earth. Yep. Sign me up for that. I want that religion. I want to be a part of that. Yes, please. Sign me up. Where do I sign? And we still haven't reached the worst parts yet.
What's coming to all the nations? Read us up.
Psalm 64, verse 4.
Bring it on!
They may shoot in secret at the perfect.
At the what?
At the perfect.
At the what?
At the perfect.
And we the perfect among these nations, man.
Right.
We perfect in the eyes of the Lord.
That's right.
We the perfect. Those are the perfect. Family, look at what perfection looks like. I want you to look at perfection. This is the look of perfection, okay? This is perfection. They are perfect, and obviously in articulates. They're very articulate. You know what I mean? I mean, when I see guys like this, I'm like, if only this dude was a Muslim. You know, he got like a heart shirt on. Perfect. Perfect. You know? I'm like, yep. This is a perfect man for my daughter. Perfect man for my daughter. You know what I'm saying? They perfectly hooping and hollering, making the outside a blocko type of church. And, you know, it's like a mishmash of the church and the club. You know what I mean? All of them are obviously athletic. They're, you know, they're all ballers, or, you know, perfectly shaped, perfectly built, perfect intelligent, perfect understanding of the King James version of the Bible. They just perfect. Sign me up. How can I be perfect too? Okay? Sign me up. And again, it's not, I mean, this is too easy, right? It's not just to poke fun at the Hebrew Israelites, because honestly, it's way, way, way too easy to do it. Right? They don't know what they're talking about. But it's pointing to a bigger problem with Black Muslims in general. Okay?
All nations, man. They trying to shoot at us, man. Right. Whether that be with words, whether that be with fists, whether that be with objects, they trying to shoot at the prophets of.
Nobody would be bothering with you if you weren't bothering with anybody else. Ain't nobody trying to. You were just out there antagonizing the protester, and you're continuing to antagonize the protest, mind you. After the angels of the Lord in suits and badges, the Edomite angels of the Lord came and saved you from a beat down from the Israelites. Nobody would be tripping over you. Like, what is your message? Is this if this is your underlying message, then the only question I have is not, why are people following this? Right? That's not. It's how are these people successful? How? How are these people successful? With a message like this, it behooves all laws of nature. Let's keep watching, yo.
The Lord, bro.
Right. Suddenly, do they shoot at him? And fear not.
And do what?
And fear not.
We're not fearing a goddamn thing out here.
Right. They encourage themselves in an evil manner.
Hey, they encourage themselves. Hey, there go them niggas, man. There go them Hebrew Israelites, man. There go them again. Go spit on them, man. They encourage themselves and build themselves up in wickedness, man. But read.
They commune of laying snares privily.
Read.
They say, who shall see them?
Right.
They
read on.
5 or 6. They search out iniquity. They accomplish a diligent search.
They do what?
They accomplish a diligent search.
They try to come up with all type of different ways to come up with this service to the Lord, man. But every single one of them is going to always fail. Read.
Both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep.
Is what?
And the heart is deep.
Read.
But Yahweh shall shoot at them.
But what?
But Yahweh shall shoot at them.
But what?
But Yahweh shall shoot at them.
Read.
With an arrow.
Hey, the Lord is going to shoot at all the nations with an arrow.
Right.
The Lord is going to get up on.
Can you believe this? They put this in the video. I didn't put this in the video. They put this in the video. They said, they're quoting the Bible, and the Lord shall shoot at them with arrows. And what are the Lord's arrows? Rockets made in America. Rockets made in America are the Lord's arrows. The same America that enslaved their ancestors, the same America that has them in mass incarceration, the same America that put them through the prison industrial complex, the same America that's gentrified almost every single major black neighborhood, the same America that brought you the crack epidemic, that America that built these rockets, those aren't America's rockets, those are the Lord's rockets. You like what do you want me to do? Family, black Muslims, please just wake the heck up. I didn't put this in their video. They put this in their video, saying that this is the prophecy of the Lord. Do they own these rockets, these Lord's rockets? Are they the ones who are firing these Lord's rockets in Palestine right now? So how are these the Lord's rockets when it's raining down in Palestine, but it's not the Lord's rockets when they're firing on Somalia, or they're firing in Sudan, or they're firing in Libya? How are they not the Lord's rockets then? It's only the Lord's rockets when it's raining down in Palestine. Am I tripping here? This is totally bonkers. This is totally bonkers, man. But again, black Muslims, this is your competition. This is what Allah sent you for your competition. If you are going to deal with this by talking about we don't believe in no black nationalism and Afrocentric. We don't believe. If you think you're gonna fight that with this, then continue losing. Thank you very much. Continue losing. Just as these folks are not serious, the truth of the matter is Black Muslims are not serious about what's going on in their own communities, because these folks are our neighbors. Some of them, there are our cousins, there are our brothers. Some of them, these are people that we know. We could be very well making downward to them, but we let it reach this level now. This level. Now that they can just go out to a Palestine protest, where I'm sure some of you Negroes are, okay, protesting with Palestinians, and you know, if you're going to protest for Palestine, protest to Allah directly in the third part of the night. And that will only take you a few minutes. That's the best protest. Not going outside begging your enemy to use these very same weapons that they got here, that you are complicit in funding with your taxpayer dollars, to rain down on Palestinians. It requires strategy, not reaction. But anyways, I digress. Let's keep watching, y'all. This is so crazy, man. And we haven't even reached the worst parts yet.
Right. Hey, all we doing is waiting on the decree of our king, man. And once that happens, it's go time, man. It is what it is. And then that day, ain't no brother gonna be able to bleed, man. Ain't no brother gonna be able to get hit, man. We gonna be as mighty men amongst our brothers, man.
That's right. Suddenly shall they be wounded.
Suddenly shall what?
Suddenly shall they be
And
wounded.
these other nations gonna come to knock, man. Because that's the latter end of these nations. I would be mad if I was them too, man. If I knew my latter end was gonna come to knock.
So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves.
They gonna fall upon themselves in that day, man. Why? Because they chose to come up against the servants of the Lord, man. Right. At any point in time, whether it's 2023 or whether it's 223 AD, CD, AB, whatever it is, man. Right? Bring out.
What the? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I need to ask this, bro. Oh, what did he just say? What did this guy just say, man?
Oh my God.
Oh, man. The Lord's Henny is definitely strong, bro. Let's keep watching, y'all.
The book of Ezekiel chapter 25 and 14. Start at 16, matter of fact.
Book of Ezekiel chapter 25 and verse number 16.
Bring it on.
Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, I will stretch out mine hand upon the Philistines.
Upon the who?
Upon the Philistines.
What the Lord gonna do?
Upon the Philistines.
And the Lord said he was gonna stretch out his hand among them, man.
He's still antagonizing the protesters, mind you. Right? They bringing out all these verses in the Bible against the Philistines. Okay. Now let's listen. Now we're getting into the juicy parts. Watch here now.
What?
And I will cut off the cherubims and destroy the remnant of the sea coast.
Read.
And I will execute great vengeance.
The Lord said he was going to execute great vengeance, man. Right. Great vengeance and death, destruction, turmoil, everything that you can imagine, man, is coming towards these other nations, man. Right. All our job is to do is keep the commandments and stay patient, man.
So this verse he's reading is something that actually happened. There's this fighting that happened between the children of Israel and the Philistines, almost like 4,000 years ago, and he's pitching it as a prophecy. Okay. Oh my gosh, you guys are too much today, man. You guys are too much. Like, what are you guys saying in the comments, bro? I'm just looking at some of this stuff. You guys are too much. Oh my gosh, man. I don't know if this is a serious comment or a joke, but either way, it's kind of funny, man. You know what it is, Bilal? These are the children from the crack epidemic. These are the babies from the crack mothers and fathers who were lost with no reason. No, man. Oh, brother, man. You guys are too much, man. You guys are too much, man. Like, even still, like, I don't know if that's a serious comment or a funny comment, but it was kind of funny regardless. Right. And, the crack epidemic and crack babies is a serious, serious, serious subject. All right. But either way, it's difficult for me to kind of like, even because, man, this is like so silly. And it's really difficult for me to talk about people like this because you're talking about traumatized black folk, right? You're talking about traumatized black folk at the end of the day. You get me? However, black people as a whole, we have to have a standard, right? Lisa Cabrera, she's the one who said on her channel with almost 150,000 subscribers that the Hebrew Israelite brothers did not throw the bottle at the protesters. And she may be right. Maybe they didn't throw the first bottle. But did they instigate the bottle being thrown at them? Yes or no? I'm asking y'all. Put yes or no in the comments. Did these people instigate? Were they not trying to instigate a fight? Yes or no at the protest? And they haven't stopped, y'all. Even after the fight, they're still trying to instigate a fight.
That's why the Lord said this is the patience of the saints.
Right.
And it's beautiful, man. If you're not thinking in your mind it's beautiful to deal with this right here, man, you're doing the wrong profession right now.
Right.
This is what our forefathers went through, man.
Right.
This is the things that they had to deal with in the ancient world, man.
Right.
It's a beautiful thing to go through this in 2023.
That's right. Execute vengeance upon them with furious rebuke.
With what?
With furious rebuke.
What?
With furious rebuke. And men shall know that I am the Lord.
Hey,
So I want y'all to see. Look at the camera. You can see now. Watch this, y'all.
beautiful thing to go through this in 2023.
That's right. Execute vengeance upon them with furious rebuke.
With what?
Look at this. Is it the angels of the Lord that's protecting them from the protesters? Or is it barriers and police? All these police these poor white people, man. I can't believe that those words came out my mouth. I actually said it. These poor white people. Oh, these poor white folks, man. I can't believe I'm saying those words. I'm feeling sorry for the white cops, man. Can you imagine if it gets that bad? I feel sorry for the white cops because they are subject to listening to this stuff at the same time protecting the people listening to this stuff, saying this stuff. Now, some of these cops, they're like, they are like a full on, oh my gosh, the choices I made in my life. They are questioning their job choices right now. These poor police. But who's protecting them right now? Is it the angels of the Lord? Is it the angels of the Lord? Unless the angels of the Lord wear uniforms that say police in the back. This is so crazy, man. Anyways, let's keep watching, y'all. Lisa Cabrera. These are the folks that you said were just innocently preaching.
Furious rebuke. With furious rebuke. And men shall know that I am the Lord.
Hey, every nation upon the earth is going to know that Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushua, is the only God upon the earth, man.
Right.
It ain't no damn Allah, Buddha, Brahma, Shiva, Krishna, all these other gods is idols, man. And it's all going to come to know.
Mind you, these folks they worship Jesus. Okay? These folks, they worship Jesus. Make no mistake about it. The black Hebrew Israelites, they're not Hebrew. Okay, they're not Hebrew. They're not Israelite either. They're not following no religion of Abraham. at all. Right? All it is Christianity repackaged. That's it. They're out here seriously calling Allah. They're saying Allah is an idol.
Oh my God.
And was shamelessly calling Allah an idol too. Shamelessly. So how is an Arab supposed to say God then? I mean, it's ignorance upon ignorance, right? But anyways, let's play this up. We've been going for a long time, man. Let's get to the juicy parts. Ready? These are the folks that other black folks are defending.
No, man. That's Allah.
Did you hear that? They're at the Palestinian protest shouting death to Allah. Like, what are we supposed to do with that? Death to Allah? Right now, there's some intelligent Muslims, and they're just laughing in their minds, like, what are you talking about, death to Allah? Like, what are you saying right now? Do you know what you're saying? Death to Allah? Allah, from his attributes, is Al-Hayy, the ever-living, Al-Qayyum, the eternal, Al-Awwal, the first, Al-Akhir, the last. All these attributes mentioned in the very same Bible that you're reading from. So you want to kill the very same God that you claim to worship while worshiping Jesus and all at the same time. But the only reason why they're saying that to Allah, not because they believe that Allah is an idol, right? They're saying that because they want to antagonize the Muslim protesters while being under the protection of God's angels, Yahweh, right? Angels. I can't pronounce it. Okay, whatever. Okay, they want to be under who is God's angels? The police and the barriers. This is if public nuisance was a religion. That's the Hebrew Israelites. If public nuisance was a what is it? Yahawashi. Okay, it's called Yahawashi. That's what they're saying. Okay, it's if you made being a public nuisance a religion, it would be these guys. My only question is, like, who is pushing this stuff? How is this stuff getting popular all of a sudden? Because it makes no sense to me. Which black person wakes up in the morning and says, you know what? I'm going to make my religion being a public nuisance. Every single time I go outside, I'm going to antagonize everybody around me, record it, put it on YouTube so that everybody can see me antagonizing everybody around me and tell the people that I am following the truth. And somehow they're getting all these followers. How? But you Muslims with all the truth, you can't defeat this? Now, like, anyways, let's get to the good parts.
Vengeance upon them. They said, "What isolate my vengeance upon them."
Teach up.
Who needed the ambulance?
Who needed
Nobody needed the ambulance. Yeah, I called for one. Yeah.
Here come the angels now. They're asking who needs the EMS. The angels are coming to heal. What? The angels are coming to heal. What? The angels are coming to heal. What? My busted up face when I was fighting the Ishmaelites. Come on, man. I'm questioning my video choices now, bro. Like, this is like, how ridiculous is this, man? Family, make sure that you donate to the channel. Make sure you buy me a coffee or a super chats. What, man? The things I do for you guys, bro. Like, this is crazy, man. The angels are coming to save them now. The Edomite EMTs.
He in the bathroom. He in the bathroom right now. Right. Read again.
Come, verse 17. And I will execute great vengeance upon them with furious rebukes.
Is on the way. Once they get
and they shall know that I am the Lord when I shall lay my vengeance upon them.
Read. Right, so go to the, bring this up.
It's the book of Zechariah, chapter 9 and verse 13.
Read it out.
When I have bent Judah for me, fill the book with Ephraim, and raise up thy sons, O Zion.
Do what?
And raise up thy sons, O Zion.
Do what?
And raise up thy sons, O Zion.
That's what you see it being happening in the last days, man. The sons of Zion is rising up in the last days, man. Right. We're not holding our tongue, man. We're not blind, deaf, and dumb, man. In the spirit, man, the Lord woke up an exceedingly great army in the last days, like you read about in the book of Ezekiel 37. Read.
Against thy sons, O Greeks, and made thee as the sword of my mighty man.
It said and made thee as a sword of a mighty man. And that's what the Lord is going to use us like in that day, man. Read.
And Yahweh shall be seen over them.
It said what?
And Yahweh shall be seen over them.
And they don't even perceive it, but Yahweh is being seen among us, man. Just like you read about in the book of Joel, chapter 2 and 27, the Lord is in the midst of the Israelites, man. And not the fake-ass Jews over there in that land. Right. Give me the book of Ezekiel, chapter 37, and start at verse 26. Start at 26.
Ezekiel,
give me the book of Ezekiel 36 and
verse 26. Bring it out. And it reads, moreover, I will make a covenant of peace with them.
It said, I will make a covenant of peace with them, man. Guess what? Them people over there in that land, they don't have nothing, no peace over there in that land. Ever since they got over there in 1948, it ain't been nothing but wars, death, and destruction over there. That's how you know that these people over there in that land. And you got two nations of people who stole nationalities. Them over there is Israelites, man. Them ain't the real Philistines, man. That's not the people of Gath, man. Who's more giants among the earth, man. It's not them, these weak-ass, stink-ass, bell pepper-built-ass Israelites, man. That's all over there, man. That's right. And they just wild men, being the wild men that they are upon the face of the earth. Still mad from over 4,000 years ago when they didn't receive a blessing from the Lord, man.
Come, it shall be an everlasting covenant.
It said it shall be an everlasting covenant, and guess what? That's going to be made with the children of Israel, man. The so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man. The true children of Israel, man. Read.
Come with them, and I will place them and multiply them. It will set my sanctuary in the midst of them.
You see that?
Forevermore.
Straight like that, man. His sanctuary is going to be in the midst of the Israelites. Give me that in the book of 2 Chronicles, chapter 20 and verse 7.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 36 and verse 5.
Bring it on.
Therefore, thus saith the Lord God, surely in the fire of my jealousy.
He said, surely in the fire of my jealousy. Give me the book of Nahum, chapter 1 and verse 2. Read.
Have I spoken against the residue of the heathen?
Hey, the Lord that's speaking against the residue of the heathen. Somebody give me the book of Amos, chapter 9 and verse 5. Read.
And against all Idumea.
And against who?
And against all Idumea.
All these other nations, man. Especially the so-called white man. But these other nations not off the hook either. Somebody give me the book of Jeremiah 30 and 15. Read.
Which have appointed my land.
Then which have what?
Which have appointed my land.
Which have what?
Which have appointed my land.
Hey, them weak-ass Israelites, they over there in our land too, man. It's not just Amalek, man. Hey, they both are imposters in our land, man. That's for us, man. It's not for them. You fighting over a land that ain't even yours.
Fighting for nothing.
Fighting for nothing, man. Fighting for vanity's sake. Really fighting just because the Lord wanted to happen so he can put everybody in the same place and get destroyed. Man. All it's doing is making his job easier, man. This is all spiritual at the end of the day. Read.
Into their possession with the joy of their own heart.
Right.
With despiteful minds, to cast it out for a prey.
To do what?
To cast it out for a prey.
Right, bring this up.
2 Chronicles chapter 20 verse 7.
Bring it on.
Art not thou our God?
Or what?
Art not thou our God?
Read.
Who didst drive out the inhabitants of this land?
Who didst drive out the inhabitants of the land? And you have people like these other nations that got driven out our land, man. Lord sent lions, Lord sent bees, and the Lord sent who? The Israelites, man, to go in there and finish the damn job, man. Read.
Before thy people Israel, and gavest it to the seed of Abraham.
And then what?
Okay, here come the good parts. Here come the good parts, y'all. Be patient now. Okay? I just wanted to play up to this part here. I don't want to disturb you. There's too much I can cover. Too many things I could have said in response. But anyways, I just wanted to play out. I think we're getting to the good parts right here. Ready? Let's go. Let's go. Share now. Share. You want to share this. Believe me. You want to timestamp this part. Right? Timestamp this part. Here we go.
And gavest it to the seed of Abraham, thy friend forever.
Straight like that, man. Read on.
And they dwelt therein.
And we what?
And they dwelt therein.
And guess what? We going back, man. We going back, man. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, hey, we gonna reclaim and take our land back.
That's right.
You understand? It's not gonna always be like this, man. You gotta understand it, real. Somebody give me that in the book. I know I called a lot, but somebody give me that in the book of Jeremiah, chapter. Give me that in Jeremiah, chapter 23, and start at verse 5.
It's Jeremiah.
Right, hold everything else.
Behold, the days come.
The what?
The days come.
The what?
The days come.
The what?
The days come.
Read.
Save Yahweh.
Save who?
Save Yahweh.
Save who?
Save Yahweh.
Save who?
Save Yahweh.
Read.
That I will raise unto David a righteous branch.
Of what?
A righteous branch.
Hey, Yahweh Shah is on his way, man.
Right.
Hey, the King of Kings is on his way, man. And when he come back, it ain't gonna be nothing sweet, man.
That's right.
Read.
And a king shall reign and prosper.
Read.
It shall execute judgment.
And shall what?
It shall
execute judgment.
And guess what? That act is gonna get put on trial in that day, man.
Right.
All that is gonna get put on trial, man. If these fools don't die from the famine, pestilence, death, the sword, guess what? They gonna die from Yahweh Shem
That's
Yahushua.
right.
Read.
And justice.
And what?
And justice.
And guess what? The Lord, hey, he don't pervert justice, you understand, like these other nations do. Right? The Lord, hey, he's gonna judge expediently and righteously, man. Read.
In the earth, in his days, Judah shall be saved.
What?
Judah shall be saved.
And we're gonna be saved in that day, man. We're not gonna have to worry about the war. Hey, let another nation come up against us in the kingdom, man.
Right.
Let it happen, man. Let it happen and see what's that. See, let's just see, man. Let's just see. Just try it, man. Just try it and see what happens, man. Give me that in the book. Hold that. Give me the book of Isaiah chapter 60 and verse 12, man.
Book of Isaiah chapter 60 and verse 12.
Bring it on.
For the nation and kingdom that will not serve thee.
What the Lord say?
For
The nation and kingdom that will not serve thee.
Read. A nation that don't want to get down on their hands and knees and bow down to the men of the Lord. Read.
Shall perish.
Shall what?
Shall perish.
Shall what?
Shall perish.
Shall what?
Shall perish.
They gonna get put in the dirt, man. Straight like that. It ain't no ifs, ands, or buts
That's
about it,
right.
man. You gonna get put in the dirt, man.
Right.
Read.
Yeah, those nations shall be utterly wasted.
Hey, you gonna come to naught, man. You gonna be utterly wasted, man.
Right.
Disintegrated. And we're gonna make an entire burial ground and say these was what the dumbass Israelites came up against the children of Israel.
Right.
The sign. And you gonna take your children there and say, see, these was the Israelites that came up against us.
Right.
These was the other nations that they could get with us, man. You understand? Right, keep reading in on that.
God, Jeremiah 23 and 6.
Bring it on.
In his days, Judah shall be saved.
Right.
And Israel shall dwell safely. And this is his name, whereby he shall be called.
Right.
The Lord, our righteous.
The what?
The Lord, our righteous.
Read.
Therefore, behold, the days come, saith Yahweh, that they shall no more say, the Lord liveth, which brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt.
Out of the where?
Out of the land of Egypt.
Hey, it's not gonna be known as that God no more, man. Hey, that happened already. All praise to the Most High God for it, man. But it's gonna be a new saying in the earth, man. And what's that saying gonna be?
But the Lord liveth, which brought up and which led the seed of the house of Israel out of the north country.
Out of where?
Out of the north country.
Out of where?
Out of the north country.
Hey, he's gonna lead us out of the north country, man, in that day, man. And it's gonna be a beautiful thing to be a part of out of Ratazah, man. And that's the things that we hope for in the last days, man. Right? This is a small thing right here, man.
Right.
This is small, man. You think we scared of some damn Israelites, man? Who jaws is made of glass, man?
Hell no.
Right, we ain't scared of no damn Israelites, man.
Not at all.
You understand? They can't do nothing with the servants of the Lord.
Right.
You understand? But we hope in that day, man. Right? Bring this up.
Book of Zechariah. Book of Amos chapter 9 verse number 5.
Bring it up.
The Lord Yahweh of hosts is he that toucheth the land.
What?
Is he that toucheth the land.
Said, and the Lord God of hosts is he that toucheth the land, man.
Down to
And
Allah.
that's really why these Israelites is mad.
That's
man.
right.
That's why they mad, because the Lord God is touching the land.
That's right.
Right, you got little babies over there dying, getting their heads chopped off.
In case you missed it, they are cheering. This is the religion of God, mind you. These are God's chosen people. They are cheering little babies getting their heads chopped off and dying. Mind you, their channel is not demonetized. But then again, black violence will never be demonetized. Okay? Just in case you missed it. This is the part I wanted y'all to see. This is the good part. We're at the good parts now. Call your mama, call your friends. I want y'all to see what the children of God, the Israelites, are saying about other children. Look at here.
Why they mad? Because the Lord God is touching the land. That's right. Right, you got little babies over there dying, getting their heads chopped off.
Lisa Cabrera, where are you? Lisa Cabrera, where are you? I want you to please sign off on these brothers because you defended them. Somebody please just timestamp this little part. Somebody just make it, at least do some work for me, y'all. Come on, somebody do timestamp this little part here. Record it and then send it to Lisa Cabrera and saying, "Are these the people you're defending?" Are these the people that you're defending? Are they making an argument for the Bible or against the Bible right now? Somebody answer me, please. Are they making an argument for the Bible or against the Bible? Is this a pro-Bible argument today? This? Somebody answer in the comments. Yes, this is pro-Bible. No, this is clearly against an argument against the Bible. Somebody answer in the comments for me today, please. I told y'all the good part's coming. Those of y'all who waited, I know it was worth the wait now. Look at this, against. Look at this, against. Everybody's saying you making an argument against your own book right now. Nobody's saying, well, this is a good thing. Only y'all empty-headed Negroes think that this is something good. We're not done yet. He hasn't finished. He's just getting started, okay? Y'all ready? Y'all ain't ready. Was it worth the wait? I told y'all it would be worth the wait. Look at it. Death to Allah, he's saying. Death to Allah. You know, we may have our differences with Palestinians in the black community. You know, we have Palestinians coming to the black community, you know, basically taking Zaddy's money and selling us alcohol and pork and loose cigarettes, all kind of stuff, right? And that's what they do. Okay. We talked about this already. Right? We talked about how every community comes and gets the American dream from the black community. Every other people group, they all do this. Is this the solution here? Is this the solution to our problems right now? Where is Lisa Cabrera? Let's keep watching, yo. Let's do a lot this thing. And they're yelling at the protesters. Death to Allah. This is the message from the people of God to the Israelites.
Amos 27, but I will send the fire on the wall of Gaza.
What the Lord say?
But I will send the fire on the wall of Gaza. I will send the fire on the wall of Gaza. I will send the fire.
And these are the Muslims. This is their response. You get it? The Muslims out here throwing up middle fingers telling them to cross the barrier, let's fight. Like, come on, man. It's pathetic all around. Like, I'm sorry to say. It's pathetic all around. I'm not defending that either. You kidding me? I'm not defending either side. That's your response? This is crazy, man. Anyways, keep watching.
I will set fire upon the water houses. I will set fire upon the water houses. I will set fire upon the water houses. One more time. I will set fire upon the water houses.
We shall devour. It's like we shall devour the palaces thereof.
It said we shall devour the palaces thereof, man. And that's exactly what's going on over there, man.
Yeah, all those palaces in Palestine. The palaces in Palestine, y'all. The palaces in Palestine. They look pretty much like the palaces in O Block in Chicago. They look the same. The palaces in Palestine are similar to the palaces in Chicago. But this is who Lisa Cabrera, she's defending today. And at the same time, the reaction of the alleged, Muslims against these rabble rousers. If you're easy rabble roused, then maybe you shouldn't be outside protesting. If you're ready to fight, then maybe you should be, actually fighting. You know what I'm saying? All of this on camera. In the virtual world, hypocrisy is becoming more and more prevalent. And people do not back away or step away. They don't step away from their hypocrisy. You get me? People who make openly hypocritical statements or do hypocritical actions on camera tend not to repent from their foolishness or their idiocy. Because they did it on camera, simply because they did it on camera, they can't now just say, I made a mistake, I repent. Why? Because they'll get roasted, right? So what do? They double down. They double down on their hypocrisy, which is one of the main reasons for the last couple of weeks you see me less and less and less on YouTube. But I mentioned this to some brothers, right? I was saying, there is so much hypocrisy on Muslim YouTube and Muslim social media because of this Palestine thing. It is rife, absolutely rife with hypocrisy. That if you call it out, then you are going to be looking like, the one who's doing the betraying. And if you stay silent, you're going to be the one who's looking like you don't support the Palestinians. And if you talk about something else other than Palestine as a Muslim, you are going to be looking like somebody who's out of touch with reality. You see what I'm saying? So we are not speaking against the protesters. What we are saying is that your energy can be used to doing things other than protesting to actually help the Palestinians. If you have that much energy, if you have that much time. If you want to help the Palestinians like that. Somebody please explain to me, how does giving these Hebrew Israelites the middle finger and yelling at them, swearing at them, cursing them, telling them to cross the barrier with the angels of the Lord who are wearing police uniforms there, who are protecting these Israelites, how does that get you closer to Allah? Somebody explain this to me, please. Somebody needs to explain that to me. This is what I'm saying. You get it? This is what I am saying. We can have our differences, no problem. As a matter of fact, I ain't talked about your YouTubian elites because of that specific issue. Only because of that. I wanted to. I really, really want to. Okay? I really, really, really want to. But if I do it, even if I'm right, and I am right, believe me, I'm right, in my criticisms of these let's call them what they are today, Aruwebada. They are Ruwebada. They are actually hostile to Muslims and Islam. They are people who profiteer and monetize Muslim suffering. These are the people that the Muslims follow today. So if I talked about them, I would be well within my rights to do it. But the timing would be off. But what is not off time is watching Muslims giving the middle finger and swearing and calling these people to come and fight behind police on camera and asking, how does this get you closer to Allah, or how does this help the Palestinians in any way? Like, what are you, like, is this jihad somehow? Are you making jihad by doing this? Are you making ibadah by doing this? Like, these guys are out here. They are out here saying death to Allah. And even just the way it sounds ridiculous. Death to Allah? Like, what? It just don't sound like what are you saying? It's a contradiction of terms. It's like saying, for example, dryness to water or something like that. We want our water to be dry. And what are you saying right here? The attribute of water is wet, being wet, correct? From the attributes of Allah is that he lives. He does not die. La ta'khudhu sinatun wala nawm. Right? Neither sleep nor slumber, even being tired, overcomes him. He is al-hayy. He is the ever-living. He is al-qayyum. He is the everlasting. Death to Allah. What are you saying here? This is what's riling up the Muslims now. Come on, man. Come on. Let's keep watching.
That's right! And all praises to the Al-Bashir that was shot for it, man. Right, and we glory in that, man. You think they gave a damn when we had our babies getting fed to alligators? You think they gave a damn? You think they was marching in the streets for us? Man? Hell no, they wasn't. So all we gonna do is say, call Allah ya Al-Bashir that was shot for the Lord is with babies dying, man. The Lord is with babies getting thrown around. The Lord is with death and destruction. Give me that book. First Samuel chapter 15 and start of.
The Lord is with babies dying. This is the religion that black people need to follow. The Lord is with babies dying. He just complained that these folks weren't marching in the streets when black babies were being fed to alligators. They didn't march in the streets. And a few seconds later, he says the Lord is with babies dying.
Bombastic side eye. Criminal offensive side eye. Do you understand?
But there's so many of these types of cults in the black community. Really, it's light work from Muslims. It's light work from Muslims. But Muslims refuse, particularly black Muslims, refuse to do the work. And you don't even have to refute these guys. Like, refuting these guys is a waste of time. Because the arguments are so ridiculous, it's not even worth refuting. All you have to do is go to people and tell them the truth. And stop being anti-black. Stop this self-hate stuff is why people join these things. Because you don't love your own people. You love Arabs and South Asians. And you're calling all these other folks your brothers. And you chastise and abandon your own people for people who will chastise and abandon you. It's not making any sense.
Verse 3, man.
Bring it on!
Verse Ezekiel chapter 9 and start at verse 3.
Chapter 15 and verse... Bring it out! First Samuel 15 and 3. Bring it out! Now go and smite Amalek and utterly destroy all they have and spare them not.
Did what the Lord say?
And spare them not.
The Lord said, spare them not.
Right.
The Lord, many moons ago, said not to spare these people, man.
Right.
The Lord not showing mercy to the other nations.
At all, man.
The Lord said, and spare them not, man. Hey, that's our law.
That's our law.
That's our law.
That's our law. That's our law.
About that weak ass guy.
They have and spare them not.
And do what?
And spare them not. But slay both man and woman.
The Lord said, slay both man and woman. Read.
Infant and suckling.
He said what?
Infant and suckling.
No, the children off limits.
Infant and suckling.
Hey, the Lord said kill infant and suckling.
Right.
How is this an argument for following the Bible now? Listen to what Michael Ellington said. He said, I call him out of here. I feel like our IQ is dropping by the minute listening to these folks. That's why I don't like talking about these guys, bro. That's the very same reason why I don't like talking about these guys, man. Because it is so ridiculous. But we have to talk about them. Why? Because of the protest, because of this popular black YouTuber who defended them, and because of the popularity that they're gaining on social media. We're forced to talk about these guys now, man. That's why. If you feel like your IQ is dropping by the minute, what do you think I'm feeling? He is trying to make an argument to follow the Israelites. And he's saying the Lord said, kill the babies, kill the children. Yeah, sign me up. I want to kill babies and children too. Yeah, sign me up, please. In the name of the Lord. Ironically enough, these are the same verses that the Zionists are using to justify genocide. And these are the very same verses that the white supremacists use in almost every darker skin land that they ever encountered to justify the genocide that they enforce in those countries. Doesn't make a difference. South Africa, West Africa, North America, South America. They were using these very same verses that they were using right now to justify the killing and the murdering and the kidnapping and the raping and the pillaging of entire lands of entire people. The very same verse that he's using right now. So again, black Muslims need to wake up. I mean, this should be light work. You want to kill babies and children now? I mean, there's so much going on here. This is not a pro-Bible argument. If anything, you're just proving that this is impossible for this to be the word of God. It's impossible. God wants you, the servant, to start killing babies and children, and God wants you to do that now? You're attaching this to God now. And the very, I think it's the fourth or the fifth command. I can't remember. Maybe somebody could look it up. But maybe the fourth or the fifth commandment. It says, "Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not kill." Except for when the Lord orders you to kill the babies and the women and children and everything.
So the Lord is with that, man. And guess what? When the Lord come back, hey, we gonna be with it. Man, we gonna dash the kids against the stones, man.
Did you hear that? I told y'all it was gonna get good. I told y'all it's gonna get good. What is he saying he wants to do? Listen.
He said what?
Infant son.
No, the children off limits.
Infant son.
Hey, the Lord said kill infant and suckling. Right. So the Lord is with that, man. And guess what? When the Lord come back, hey, we gonna be with it. Man, we gonna dash the kids against the stones, man. We gonna do those things, man. Right. I'm kind of jealous that the Israelites. Hey, I'm kind of jealous that Amalek over there getting it in early, man. They getting it in early, man.
He's jealous that the Zionist Jews are out there getting it in early. What are the Zionist Jews getting in early? What are they getting in early? Murdering the children and the women and the babies of the Palestinians. Because he wants to be over there doing the same thing. Because, it was the Palestinians that enslaved black folk for 400 years. Like, what are we saying here, man? What are we saying?
Bombastic side eye. Criminal offensive side eye. Do you understand?
There are so many descendants of slave owners right here that you can bash their children's head against stones and rocks or whatever, if that's what you want to do. So you're so eager to do that. You don't have to fly somewhere else. There are plenty of people who have taken the lives of innocent black people right here in the West for no reason, with no charge and no repercussions up until this very day. There are plenty of people who have sterilized black people right here in the West. Millions and millions of black men thrown into jail with very trivial charges and their lives ruined right here in the West. You are reading the Bible and you are jealous that some European Jew is killing the children of Palestinians some thousands of miles somewhere, and you want to be the ones over there getting it in. Not here. You don't want to do it here. Even I'm positive some of the the Edomites that are there protecting you right now, I promise you some of them have, set up some Negro somewhere, put a little bit of extra crack in their car, get them arrested, whatever, and they protect you right now. You ain't talking about them. This is the word of God. This is the word of God. These are the people representing the word of God, and Lisa Cabrera is the one defending this. And how many black folks are defending these folks? Defending this. How do you defend something like this? How are you defending something like this? And how is this monetized on YouTube? How? Do you see what you're dealing with, Muslims? If y'all can't handle this, honestly, may Allah help us. May Allah help us. If y'all can't deal with this, it couldn't have been. This is like such an easy sell for people not to follow. They put this out on public by themselves, for themselves, as a promotional piece to follow them. This is what they put out.
They doing that. Yeah, baby. Right, no limbs. Burnt babies. Right, burnt babies, man. Hey, I want to get in on that. Hey, I want to get on it. Right, when the Lord has seen among us. Right, read.
Y'all need to see more than that? Do y'all need to see more than that? Like, who is watching this right now and saying, you know what? That makes me believe in the Bible even more. That makes me want to follow the Bible even more. This is a great idea. Yeah. I mean, I never thought of it like that. I need to be bashing babies' heads open too. Why didn't I think of that? I'm jealous. I want to throw the kids around too. This is godly. So the natural Muslimah, she says, you need to make a short on this. Look at here. Family, I am a one-man show, okay? If you guys can help me, just timestamp the parts that you like, send it to my email, put the name of the video and the timestamp, whatever. I will edit it myself and I will put it out as a short, okay? If you have ideas, whatever, just send it to me. I'm just doing all this by myself. I have a job. I got baby's kids, okay? You know what I mean? I'm a family dude, okay? I'm doing a lot of stuff, all right? YouTube is just something I do on the side. I'm not a YouTuber. I know you see me on YouTube, but I'm not a YouTuber, okay? So y'all can help me out. It's no problem. I don't mind. Y'all got my email. You know, you guys can, help me out whatever you can. Like, subscribe, share. But these are the things that Black Muslims don't hear in the wider Black Muslim community. And these are things directly related to us in our reality. And that's why you need to support this channel. So if you have stuff that you want me to put in shorts, make it short or whatever, just send it to me. Please send it to me. I need help. I'm doing all this stuff for myself. The streaming software, I got that on my own my own money. Okay, all my equipment, my own money. Okay, I'm not a YouTuber. This is not my career. You get it? Okay. I do this on the side. Right? So y'all can help me out. It's no problem. It's no problem. Also, subscribe to my Telegram, subscribe to my Kick, subscribe to my Facebook. All the links are in the description. Subscribe. All of this stuff helps. All this stuff helps. Subscribe to my Odyssey. You know, there's so many ways you can donate to the channel. You can donate to the channel with PayPal, with Buy Me a Coffee, with whatchamacallit, Patreon, with Super Chats, all kinds of ways. But this stuff here, you're not going to find it anywhere else. You're not going to find it on Muslim YouTube at all. We deal with Black Muslim issues. Okay? And we only deal with that. Okay? Issues that are important to Black Muslims. That's why we're dealing with this. As much as I hate to deal with this, I don't like dealing with these buffoons. But I must deal with it, because if I don't deal with it, you're not going to find it anywhere. No other Black Muslim is talking about this stuff. And the way that those other Muslims talk about Black Hebrew Israelites is completely and totally out of pocket. Out of pocket. Their racism comes out. They can't prevent themselves from expressing their racism when they're talking about Black Hebrew Israelites, when they're talking about Nation of Islam. They can't help themselves. They'd make it a point to call folks like this racist But other anti-black Muslim YouTubers or Muslim social media, they're very blatantly and openly anti-black. They can't say anything about them. So y'all got a choice. We ain't cooning over here. I'm very happy for you to send me the clips that you want me to make the shorts of, right? You can help. You can help like that. You can help by sharing. You can help by commenting. You can help by liking, all that kind of stuff, right? But I can't do everything. I just can't. I don't have that much time in the day, right? But if you guys do it for me, it will be a very, 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 very big help. Very big help. And there's many of y'all, right? And so many of y'all watch in secret anyways, right? You watch in secret. You don't comment. You don't do anything. You can send me an email because you don't want other people knowing that you watch the features. Like there's so many of y'all like that. So many. Right? But anyway, who's signing up for this? Who's signing up for killing babies? Who's signing up for bashing the babies' heads? Who's jealous? They can't bash the babies' heads and stuff. Y'all jealous? Ridiculous, man. Anyways, family, we've been going for a long time. Like, subscribe, share. If there are parts here you want me to shorten, just timestamp it for me. Send it to me. Okay? And we can shorten it up. We can make it short. We can send it to Lisa Cabrera. We can send it to these guys. You know? And not just this one. Any of the lives that we do. Right? Subhanallah, wa bihamdik, wa shahada la anta, astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Assalamu alaikum.